Hello, everybody. It is Miss Dana again, here with our final story time video for 2020. Can you imagine? I can't believe it. It seems like it's been the longest year, but also a very short year. I feel like it went by very quickly. But I know we have lots to look forward to in 2021, and we have the holidays coming up. And I thought a last fun video would be baking cookies, because that is always what I love, love, love to do around the holidays, because it makes your house so cozy and warm. You want to bake when it's cold outside. And it's a really nice thing to give to people for the holidays, whether you're giving like a Hanukkah gift or a Christmas gift or a Kwanzaa gift. If it's handmade by you, a gift, or something baked by you, people really, really love that. Not only does it make you feel good yourself, but it makes others feel good too. I know that's exactly what I'm going to do on Christmas Eve. I'm going to be baking cookies with my husband. It'll be a very nice, cozy Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving's over. Thanksgiving was cozy too, but Christmas, it will be a very cozy Christmas, just the two of us. And that's very rare, but it will be very, very nice to cozy in and bake. So I have very fun activities that I put in your materials bags. And there's a nice little fun cookie craft too, but we'll get to that in a little bit. I wanted to read a book first, obviously. Mr. Cookie Baker by Monica Wellington. I love her books. She's got really wonderful, bright illustrations. So if you like this one and you want to come into the library and see others by her, we have a handful by her. So I hope you enjoy Mr. Cookie Baker. He owns his own shop. And he bakes so many different kinds of cookies. Wait until you see. Early in the morning, Mr. Baker gets ready to make cookies. Look at all those ingredients. When you're making it from scratch, you need milk and butter. And what are these? Oops, I have to remember I'm thinking backwards. What are these things up here? Eggs, sugar, salt, a bottle of vanilla. There's flour too. He's getting all ready and he even has his recipe book. He counts and measures the ingredients for his recipe. Look at that. See him breaking all the eggs? That's a fun thing to do. To be very careful you don't put any shells in. He has all of his measuring tools, measuring spoons. Do you help bake at your house? It's really fun. Oh, he mixes his cookie dough. That was always my favorite job when I was little. My mom would always give my sisters and I a turn with the spoon. I have 3 sisters. I'm the oldest one. So I would always go first, and then when my muscles would give out, because sometimes when you have a lot of cookie dough, it's hard to stir, then I would pass the spoon to my next sister, and we'd all take a turn mixing the dough. Then he rolls out the dough and cuts out shapes with the cookie cutters. He has a lot of cookie cutters, I guess, because he's a baker. You see that roller? It has to get nice and flat. And then you can stick those cookie cutters on there. Look at all the different cookie cutters he has. A tree, a duck, a cat, a bear. What else do you see? There's one big one on the bottom. Dinosaur? Dinosaur cookie? Cool. Cookies bake in the oven. Oh my goodness, that's the best. You smell them. It smells so good. Out they come, nicely browned. Oh, what a delicious smell. Oh, I can smell them too. Almost. I must have a good imagination. But look, even the cookie baker is getting very hungry. He's got his tongue out. It smells so good. Here's the favorite part. Mr. Baker decorates the cookies with icing and colored sprinkles. This is when you can get so creative. Look at his pots of sprinkles in front of him, all the bowls. Red, orange, yellow, green, pink, blue. You see all the cutouts that he did? There's a bird. What color did he make the bird? Yes, beautiful blue. Blue bird. What other colors do you see? Oh, I see something pink in the middle of all those sprinkles. There are two things that are pink, actually. Which one did you see first? The one that I saw first. The piggy. A pink piggy. Do you think it's Peppa Pig? I love that show. Now he is ready for customers. Here come the hungry children. Oh boy, look at them running to the shop. They must want a snack. And it's funny too, because he even made cookie children. See all the different types of clothes they all have in all different colors. I love how he made everybody different. So fun to get creative with your cookies. Mr. Baker really loves making cookies. He shows off all of his cookies and he is so proud. He has so much fun making them. He has them all on the tray. Oh, I love the ice cream cone one too. That looks fun. I wonder if somebody will choose that one. I think they will. And I love how they did the writing in this, all different colors. Oh, there's a Mrs. Baker. Mrs. Baker sells the cookies. The shop is very crowded. My goodness. Look at all of those cookies. That's amazing. Mr. Baker is a very busy man. He must get up very early. Bakers usually do. They wake up very early in the morning so we can all have our rolls and all sorts of delicious things that we love to eat in the morning, all the sweet stuff. So they work very hard. The cookies are sold. All of them? Those were so many cookies. I can't even believe it. And look at the beautiful boxes they come in. It's time to close the shop. There he is saying goodbye. Boy, when Mr. Cookie Baker was baking those cookies, he must have been hungry though. It's time for him to eat, right? And that's exactly what he did. He saved a very special cookie just for him. At last, a cookie for Mr. Baker. Good night. Look at all those kinds of cookies. You can make a cookie in any shape. Look, there's the crescent moon shape and stars. But those are good cookies to eat at night. He has a beautiful starburst one with so many colors. Looks delicious. So many sprinkles. If you ever take this book out, there are recipes in the back. Mr. Cookie Baker's recipes. There's sugar cookies, chocolate chip cookies, peanut butter cookies, and even oatmeal cookies. So maybe you might even want to take this out during the end of December if you want to get ideas for recipes. There's lots of things online too, though. Lots of things that you can find. What's your favorite cookie? Oh, it's so hard for me to figure out what my favorite cookie is, but I think if there's a whole tray full in front of me, I always choose chocolate chip. That's my favorite. I just love him. And if it is peanut butter with chocolate, oh, forget it. That's where I go. That's where you'd find me at the party. If there's a chocolate and peanut butter combo, delicious. Perfect. All right, so let's get to our craft now. I thought it'd be really fun, since Mr. Cookie Baker was using an oven in his story to bake cookies, if we did a cookie oven craft. So this is what it's going to look like at the end. You see my oven? You're going to have an oven too. So I put that in your craft bag. it's on stiffer paper, so it's easier to work with. It might not be that easy to cut though. This is a craft that you might need a little bit of help. If you need practice with scissors, it's really good to let your adult at home help you cut it out. Because in order to get the cookies in the oven, it has to be see-through. So you need to cut out the center of this oven. And that's even difficult for me too sometimes, to cut out the center of something without cutting all around the edges. You need to be very, very careful with the scissors. So this is a job for the adult. The adult should definitely help you with that, because sometimes I even get challenged as an adult cutting things out successfully. You just have to do nice and slow, and it's all worth it. So that's your oven. And then I also gave you on stiffer paper 2 cookies, and you can color them in with markers or crayons, however you want. They have eyes and a nose and a mouth and different buttons and squiggles on their feet and their wrists that you can color in however you want. Holiday colors are usually red and green, but obviously you don't have to limit your imagination to that. But that's something that you need to do next on your steps, is color that in and then cut them out. And again, they're very small, so you might need an adult's help cutting them out. I gave you very challenging cutting craft this week, but it's so cute. It's worth it. So just take your time. It doesn't have to be perfect because it's your project. So it should look exactly the way that you would like it to. Then, if you notice, they need a tray to sit on. And when we bake, we usually use aluminum foil, tin foil. So we cut out a strip of tin foil for you. We put that in your bag, so it should already be cut out to the length that you need for your oven. And then the last thing that might be a little tricky also, I apologize, this craft is very, very cute, but it could be a little challenging for little hands. So probably your adult will be helping you mostly with it. But this is contact paper, and I know it was getting towards the end of the roll, so it gets very curly. So what I did, I put it underneath something, my squares. I cut 2 squares of these for you to fit around your oven. So I put something heavy on top of it to not have it curl so much when you use it for the craft. So that's a good little tip. And maybe you can tape it down too to the table or a piece of paper so it doesn't curl so much. That was a good thing that I did, a little tip to help me out when I made my sample. So basically, I kind of went over the steps really quickly, but you cut out your oven, and then you also cut out the center of the oven, and you decorated your cookies. See the colors that I used? The color in the eyes and the mouth and the nose and the buttons. So then you cut out your cookies too, and then you put all that aside, and then you carefully peel the backing off of the contact paper, one of the squares. And then you can lay it down on the table or tape it down to make sure it's straight. And then you put the oven face down on that first piece of contact paper, and it's sticky. So that's going to help the craft stay in place and be, stick there. You don't even need any glue for this. It's fun. So then you can just put it right down on the contact paper. And then after you put the oven down, you put your cookies down first. And then you kind of lay them on their side so they look like they're laying on the tray. And then you stick your long cookie sheet aluminum foil tray down. And then what's beautiful about it is that you can, if you don't really like the way, you might be afraid that it will stick and stay permanently, it doesn't. It's not that sticky. It's sticky, but not that sticky. So you don't have to worry about it ripping. You can move them around if they didn't land exactly the way that you wanted them to. So then once they're perfect, the way that you want them to be, then you take the second piece of contact paper and peel the backing off. we tried to cut the squares so they fit the shape of your oven. And then you carefully, that might be the trickiest part about it, but just carefully lay it down on top. So you have the front, and then you have it covered up in the back. And then it creates a door, a see-through door to see your cookies baking inside your very own oven. And it might not be perfectly fit, the two squares of contact paper to fit the length and the width of your oven. So you should trim it. So trim the edges of the contact paper after it's all done. And then you have your own special little oven with your cookies baking. Can you smell them? I can't wait to do my baking on Christmas Eve. It'll be so fun. So hopefully you had fun with that craft, and then you can play with it if you would like. It's fun when there are crafts that you can make that you can play with afterwards. And speaking of playing, I have 2 games that I put inside your materials bag too. One is called a cookie sheet memory game. So there are different cookie sheets. They're all laminated. So then you can cut the rectangles out. And then you see that one has 0 dots, one has 1, one has 2, and one has 3. It goes all the way up to 10. And then we have cookies that all have the numbers on them. And they're all laminated too, and you can cut out those squares. So first you can play a matching game. You can match the number to the tray. So say you picked out the one with, let's see if I could do this so you could see me and the tray. So there are 3 dots, 1, 2, 3. So you have to practice. What does a 3 look like? Do you remember? You have to find the number 3 cookie. So can you find it on here? Sometimes if you count, they're in number order. Then you can find which one is the 3. 0, 1, 2. There it is, number 3. So that 3 matches with the cookie sheet that has the 3 dots on it. So once you get really, really good at knowing what your numbers look like and counting those dots, you can play a memory game. So all of these will be cut out, and all of the cookies will be cut out. And then you have to match and flip each one over and see if you can match the number with the cookie tray that it belongs with. So if you're having a challenge doing that now, as you get older and you go to school, preschool, and learn your numbers, the more you have number recognition, you can grow into this game too. So it's nice that you have it and you can practice your numbers at home even after school. So even if you can't do it now, don't be frustrated, because all it takes is a little practice and then you're going to get really good. Maybe you could even challenge your parents to a game and see who knows their numbers better, who remembers where the matches are when you play your memory game. So the other one that I have, the other game that has to do with cookies, another cookie game that I found on Pinterest, is a cookie jar. And I apologize because I think that some bags might have gone out without this in it. And if that's the case, just come to the library and I'll make sure you get a copy of it. I apologize. Sometimes it's hard for Miss Dana to keep up with all the bags. So if you did not get this in your bag, just let me know and I'll make sure that you get it. But it is a cookie jar with lots of things in it. So it's a letter recognition one. So if you're good with your letters, this is a good way to practice them. Even if you're, need some practice with them, it's a fun way. So you have uppercase letters, capital letters, and you have lowercase letters. Whatever ones you want to start with first would be a good idea. Just use one set of letters. And then there are 2 jars. So if you are learning about the letter C, C is for cat. Then you look for the cat on the jar, and you have to look for the matching letter. So if cat begins with C, and you know what a C looks like, you look for the C on the cookie. You can even sing the alphabet song too. That's a good way. Just like the numbers are in order, the letters are in order too. So you can go A, B, C. C is for cat. So all this will be laminated again. So you can cut out all of these cookies, and then you can take the C cookie and put it on top of your cat and match it with the picture. The letter sound goes with the picture. So F, fish, begins with an F. So you have to look for the F cookie to go on top of that fish. Want to sing the alphabet song again? A, B, C, D, E, F. There it is. So when these are all cut out and laminated, you can put that F cookie on top of the picture of the fish. So again, if you're not really ready for the letters yet either, and you just need practice, don't worry, you'll grow into this game too. I think it's going to be fun once you're about to start school. You can learn letter recognition and number recognition. I think it's just good to have a lot of fun little activities to help with that, because sometimes it gets a little frustrating when you're trying to prepare for school. And sometimes parents need some really fun ways to do letter recognition. So this is something that you can use in the future or right now. Hopefully you all enjoy it. And that is the end of our final video for 2020. So I'm probably going to take a little bit of a month's break just so I can try to get the creative juices flowing and see what other themes we can come up with for January through March. I'll be starting it again probably maybe the end of January, because I usually like to start it after Martin Luther King Day. So just start looking for videos again after that. And if you have any ideas for Miss Dana, if you like a certain theme that I haven't thought of yet, please let me know. I'm always open for ideas. It helps. Sometimes the kids come up with better ideas than I do. So thank you again for a wonderful 2020 and just loving the library and tuning in and stopping by. I miss you all incredibly. So hopefully we'll, as time goes on, we'll have in-person programs again. But until then, I will be back again with videos at the end of January 2021. And everybody have a safe and happy, healthy holiday season. And pop in and say hi to me anytime, okay? It's so good to see you all. It will be really good to see you all. Take good care. Bye.